Still figuring out this whole streaming thing. Yeah, but I think my vocal's good. I need to bring this up. Yeah, that sounds better. All right. Oh, wow. There are 6 people here. Wonderful. Did not expect that. Trying to upload. Sorry, I'm doing some setup stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I was just gonna play around with the Waldorf Quantum because they stopped making the Mark II. I'm blown away. I'm so glad I got one. I think they're still available, but yeah, they decided to just, I guess they weren't even planning to do like a second batch of them, and then they did, and I'm just really glad I got my hands on one. I'm noticing that this drawer is actually little, comes out a little farther on that side. That's weird. Well, whatever. Yeah, so this morning I was like designing a patch, and I had I came up with something cool, and I was like, why don't I make something out of that? So, ooh, sorry, I have my washing machine going. Mute that for a second. Okay, seems alright now. Yeah, so let me load that patch up that I made. It's the first patch I made under my revised alias. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Let me turn off the microphone so you don't have to hear my washing machine in the background. I was fucking muted the whole time. Yes, it's a virus, and I love it. It sounds awesome, but it's such a pain in the ass to program. Yeah, I was muted. Yeah, it sounds awesome. It's just very menu divey. I had a full length virus at one point, and it was just annoying because the keyboard was awesome, but then it was the exact same layout. So you had this giant like space right here, which was actually kind of perfect for a drum machine. But then, you know, the programming experience was like the exact same, and it was super frustrating. So yeah, I love it. The effects section sounds so good. I have this all routed so I can like send, I can like take advantage of the effects section whenever I want, like when I'm working on stuff, and I love that. But I mean, it sounds great. It's so beefy and digital. Like this is really nice and digital, but this is like even more digital. Like this can get like a very, this is like such a chameleon, and I feel like this is just forever gonna sound like the you know, like the late 90s or something like that, which is fine by me. Yeah, just it sounds great. Yeah, the virus is awesome. I'll do more. It's just a weird angle for me to like play with. I got a second capture card, so I'll have another camera right there, and then I can like do more stuff. I'm trying to get really into this streaming thing. Ooh, preamp journey. Yeah, you don't need the I mean, the Neef stuff's awesome. Don't get me wrong, but like, you know, I think any preamp's worth getting just to like, no, the streaming. So you know, I'll make videos and stuff like that, like I've always done. But the streaming stuff is really to just like have a more of a conversation, you know. So that's what it's about. So no need to apologize. Yeah, what was I saying though? Preamp. Yeah, preamp. So the way that I have this routed is I have I have two Shelford channels, and they're on like separate. I think you can see them right here, maybe a little bit. I'll try to figure out how to get a bettering. Well, when I get the second capture card, I can like talk about it and show you. But yeah, I have two of them because I wanted like a stereo pair, and I have them routed like on their own individual channels, so I could send like my drums to them, for example. You know, I could have like one doing like a mono drum bus or something like that, just for like the kick and snare or something, which is actually something I do when I'm like jamming. Or I can use them as a stereo pair. Right now, I'm using it for my microphone just because I think it sounds so nice, and it has an EQ on it and everything, and a compressor, which sounds great. Like I feel like my vocal sounds. I mean, I'm a little far away, but if I get in, my vocal sounds like so, like, it just sounds super nice. Yeah, I just really like the way the Neve sounds. It's just got like a nice color to it. But really, it's like a not to say, I'm sure Rupert Neve would get really upset if he was still alive and I was like, a transformer's a transformer. But a transformer is kind of like is a transformer, and you know, their stuff's expensive because it's like it's in the U.S. and I mean, I don't know, we've not to get into a conversation about tariffs right now, but yeah, I think a preamp is well worth it. I really like hitting them hard and just getting some drive. Here, like maybe I can route the Quantum to, oh, I should do that in Ableton. Should route the Quantum to those right now. I can do, well, it's going to make it not stereo, but you'll get the idea. We could do like an A-B kind of situation. So let me mono this first. Am I showing my Ableton? Yeah. Is it live? Yes, it is. Okay. So, utility. Sorry about the noise. I needed to do a load of laundry, and this was the only time I had to stream. So I just monoed the Quantum, and then I'm gonna put the Shelford B. Okay, so now, yeah, we're getting signal. So yeah, we can do some like A/B. I'm gonna turn off my mic maybe, so that you don't have this like noise floor in the background right now. So let's just going clean. I'm not like pushing the levels at all or anything. Maybe I've got this cool arpeggio here that I made of that. So I'm not gonna, oh. So I will, so I'm gonna just play around with the Shelford channel. So maybe I'll start by like cutting out some of the lows. Just a little high pass to like clean it up. Great, laundry's finally done. Then EQ, or compressor actually. Bring the levels back down. So I'm doing about like 3 to 5 dB of gain reduction on like a medium fast setting. So now I'm volume matching so we can hear the A/B. So definitely more like movement, right? Because it's compression. It's like, and then this is on like a medium fast setting. So it's like a medium fast attack, medium fast release. This is a fast attack and release. So it's like the fastest setting. You can totally hear how like the transients just disappear, right? So this is like super fast. Fast. Medium fast, the transients come back. Medium. Now it's just like much more even and we get like a pretty consistent compressed signal. I really like medium fast for most, like this kind of sound, like a plucky instrumental. And then I usually go straight to, before doing any EQ, I go straight to the output transformer. And I'm a red silk girl. Actually, I mean, this is blue silk. This is nothing. Red silk. Blue silk. Dial it back a little bit. And then let's go to the EQ. So that's interesting. I have some like anti-aliasing going on, or excuse me, anti-aliasing. I'm talking video game talk. I have like a bit crusher on here, and when I really boost the highs, you can hear the aliasing from the bit crusher. Check it out. And that's kind of unpleasant. So we'll actually not do any boosting of the highs. So back to what we had. So now maybe we'll try like bypassing this and see how it sounds. Probably gonna be a volume difference, but and like, not that you can't do that with plugins, but you know, when you're recording, it's really nice to be able to like do that kind of thing. And just like get a more polished sound. And then what's really cool is they have this, so let me pause this for a second. So then that's on its own, and the Shelford channels are on their own independent channels. So then I have like this, I have my Model 1 mixer, and I have this going to one channel, and now I can like, I also have like a filter on here. So it's like a high pass filter. And then there's a really nice like kind of wide mid band for boosting and cutting that just kind of sounds good no matter what. And so I can do some shaping there. And there's another low pass. And then there's also a really nice saturation stage on each channel. So it's like maxed out. So this is like, you know, if you were in your DAW and you were trying to like get some clipping going on to get things loud, you can kind of like trim off your and I'm gonna actually yeah, so, and then I have that going from the Model 1 into the master bus transformer, because that's on the master channel of the mixer, and then from there into the master bus processor. So I can kind of like, and then that goes from the master bus processor into the master bus converter that I have. I really like Neve stuff, and I'm not like a mastering engineer that needs like a bunch of different flavors. Like I just know what I like. I really like their stuff. I think it's laid out really well. It sounds great. They're awesome to deal with if you ever have any problems or anything like that. But not that I have. So yeah. It's just like how I like to work, so that I can record audio in, and then it's like I have this really nice like, you know, I'll just do it real quick. We'll go. So now I'm gonna hit the high pass filter again. then just like some gentle shelves, low and high. Then there's this opto compressor, which maybe it's gonna be a little too much, but I don't know, it sounds good. Do some parallel processing. Stereo widen. More output transformer, or Zener drive. They have like a clipper in here. More red and blue silk, because why not? And then bypass it all. Huge volume increase. So let's bring this down. Yeah, bring the volume back up. Engage the master bus processor. This has a limiter and maximizer in it too, so I can just like crank that up. And then check under here. We got some like light clipping going, or limiting going on. And then now if we come into the DAW, right? And why don't we take a look at signal. I think you guys can see that, right? Yeah. And then, like, let's just bypass all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, you know. So it's just like one way to kind of work. It's a very low signal. I mean, I could like turn the volume up so we could look at it. But then I'll probably start clipping, you know, so that's like the whole thing is like this is a lot more peaky. And so I can't turn it up. And this has like some nice, like here we go. Just, you know, some gentle rounding off of like these, like of like the loudest signal. So, I mean, I'm not making like heavy dubstep and stuff like I once did. And so I don't really need to like, I'm not trying to like clip to 0 and get the craziest loudness, but like I want the signal that I'm recording to be like good when I get it into my DAW, because then it's like I discovered this when I started doing more like vocal recording, is that it's just like it kind of sucks when you're like vibing to your song and you're like, oh my god, yeah, this is like so fire, and then you like get the audio in from your synths and you have to go and sit down with a bunch of plugins and like process it, and it's like a totally different thing. You're like going from this more like hands-on tactile kind of like jamming vibing flow to like mouse clicking flow, and it just sort of sucks. And like and then you have to, I don't know, the plugins, like you have to freeze and flatten or something, or you know, bounce down if you want to like make it permanent. And then if you don't, it's like you come back and you get like analysis paralysis. And so I don't know, I just realized that when I was doing vocals, right? Because I was like, oh, well, after I got the shelfer channels, I was like, oh man, like it makes such a difference to just have like a really solid rough vocal. Like when I turn the song back on a few days later or something, after like the initial high has worn off, and I'm not like looking through rose-colored glasses anymore, I'm like, oh damn, this actually sounds good. As opposed to, I'm sure you've all had that experience where you're like really excited about something you made and you go back and you listen and you're like, ah, it sounds weak as fuck. So I really like doing, I really like working this way, because whatever comes into the box, it's like I'm gonna listen back to it and I'm gonna be like, oh wow, this sounds like actually really good. Just like, and I can always go back and like, I love plugins. I love Pro Q4. It's so good. It's so good. It's like I think it's the best plugin that's ever been made, aside from like Sausage Fattener. I really do mean that. That wasn't a joke. It's such a good plugin. But yeah, so that's kind of how I use the, I'm just resetting all this stuff. I think, okay, so the only downside of having a hardware thing is you have to go back and like, you have to go back and reset everything. So yeah, that's a little bit about like my workflow when I'm recording stuff. Someone asked, I do still have the Pulsar. I'm gonna do a video on it and then I'm gonna sell it. It's so much fun, but it's like, it's just not, like, this is more my vibe. Like, I want raw channels that I can like, that are flexible and powerful, and this is perfect. It's like I've got the real drum, like the real sound of drums if I need them, like it should come through. Oh, I'm in the system, that's why. Yeah. So it's so cool to be able to just like come in and be like, so this is a sample right now, I believe, yeah. There's some great samples on here. People are always complaining about the samples on here. I'm like, what do you really need? I'm like, you've got the texture, the transients, right? Like, listen to all these kicks. And then you've got all these like really nice, I mean, there's a shit ton of samples on here. I don't need any more than this. They're like, there's a nice wide variety. You got like good noise, different types of noise. There's like, right? And then you can combine that stuff with like an analog oscillator, 2 analog oscillators. And they're 2 sample layers. So, and then people are like, oh, why don't you use the analog rhythm or something like that? And it's like, yeah, well, I think this is just better. I don't think it's as good if I were like gonna go do a live show or something, and if I needed to do a live show and I could only choose like a few things, it would be like a rhythm, like maybe like a syntact. It would just basically be a bunch of electron boxes and like a mixer and some effects. But yeah, this thing is great. So this is more my workflow for a drum machine. I definitely will probably pick up the Alpha Bass Mark II after I sell the Pulsar, but I'm going to do a video on it first. Maybe I'll do a live stream as well. It's fun. It's just fun, but like I live in a tiny studio, as evidenced by the kitchen in the background and the sound of my washer going earlier. So, like I don't have space for superfluous gear. I'm already like maxed out. And yeah, it's fun though. If you have space, it's fun. You can make some crazy, crazy techno and stuff on it. Okay, next question. Have you been digging, why goodbye to the Waldorf Quantum? They just announced that they're not making the Quantum Mk2 anymore. They're still making the Iridium, which is great. And like Rolf, who's the main developer, he was on Gearspace yesterday, or the day before, saying that they're still gonna release like updates and stuff, which is like so awesome. best developer ever. He's like goes on there, he like talks to us, they are always adding stuff, so it's great. But anyway, so yeah, I was just like, I got sad though because this is so good, and I was like, oh man, like that's so I'm so glad I was able to get one when I could. But anyway, so yeah, earlier today I was designing this sound. Sounds so good. Oh, is this shit still mono? Hold on. It probably is. I was like, it doesn't sound as good as it did earlier. It's a very stereo. Yeah, I still had it monoed. Not anymore. Okay. Let's try that again. Oh, so everything, night and day. Night and day. It's a pretty stereo patch. Getting a little crunchy on the input. What's really cool about this mixer is you can adjust the like ceiling, so you can say like you can have it be more clip more easily, which is super useful. It's just like super. I gotta say, like Richie Hott and forget the name of the guy from Allen and Heath who worked on this with him, but they just did such a good job on coming up with like really cool DJ mixer that's like got a mixing kind of new question. Did Rolf mention anything about the plan going forward for the Quantum or the Iridium? No, he just said that people were like, it was so funny, people were like speculating like, oh, Waldorf must be out of money and like all this stuff and tariffs and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, we're actually doing great. And he said that they're still going to be making the Iridium and stuff. And he said they have things, they always have things like that they're working on for the future. It was all very vague, but yeah, no, Waldorf's great. They're gonna be fine. And yeah, he said there are just more updates that they're gonna put out for the Iridium and I guess they have the core now as well. So the Iridium desktop, keyboard, and then the core, and then those will all be able to be used on the Quantum and the Quantum Mk2. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I designed this patch today using the kernel oscillator, which is like so deep. It's really nice. You can like get traditional FM sounds or get really wacky. There are 6 different kernels operators that you can use. And what's cool is instead of just like simple waveforms, you can actually use any waveform that you've loaded into this. So you can get some really interesting modulation that you wouldn't normally. And I really like using it for kind of non-traditional sounds. But you can hear the I'll just pull the filter up for a sec. Just really like a lot of movement, different harmonics and stuff, and then that just sounds really nice when you throw a filter over it. But that sounds a little funny. Let me reload the patch. So yeah, I thought I just made this kind of like very, I don't know how you describe it. It's not nostalgic. It's like, you know, get this like yearning quality to it. And then I wrote this cool little arpeggio. Wait. Something like that. And then I stored it in the sequencer. And I thought it'd be really cool to add. Ooh, we lost the kick. I feel like a Linn drum would be perfect. This is sounding funny for some reason. It's weird. Oh, I'm so dumb. Yeah, I love New York. Somebody said New York cooking. Yeah, I love New York. What's going on here? So I like to work with the individual outs, which are stereo, and so I can pan these sounds individually, and what's also cool is you can assign them specifically to different voices. You can say like, I want the kick drum always to be on 1 now. So that's what was going on. But yeah, check us out. You can pan like left, right, like it's crazy. There are 6 individual outs that are all stereo analog. I don't know of another drum machine that has that right now. I could be wrong about something, but I don't. That's still panned a little bit. And then we need a snare, so we should assign that to voice 2. And we got this weird and I just want to get a snare drum, like a Lynn snare. LM1 snare. Yeah. Just EQing a little bit. It's a little out of tune. There you go. Okay, so now let's just program a little. Actually, why don't we record it? Something like that. going to do that though for a bass. So thank you for reminding me. Let me get a hi-hat first because I know I'm gonna want that. I think this is open hat. And we'll put this on channel 3. Right? Yeah. Probably an Ableton thing. It is definitely an Ableton thing. Tempest. B3, external out. Channel 3. Oh, God, I'm so dumb sometimes. I just have the trim down. Yeah, there we go. And then it sounds like there's something recorded on here. There we go. Problem solved. And we definitely don't want panned all the way, and we just want like yeah, sounds pretty cool. What can I say? Okay, question time. Question time. Okay, selling it. Yes, I'm gonna sell the Pulsar. This I'm not selling. No, the Quantum I'm gonna have until it stops working. The Tempest, definitely keeping the Tempest. Tempest is fire. I was so misguided when I sold the Tempest when I was younger and I first got one, and I wish I mean, I guess I have it now, so it doesn't matter. And what's so crazy is it's such a sleeper, because like I got it for the exact same amount like years ago or whatever, when like I was just getting into like making electronic music and stuff, and I sold it for like the exact same amount, and then I bought it again for the exact same amount, and I found some guy in New Jersey, I think, was selling one, and it was like in phenomenal, I mean, it's in great condition. It was spotless. It looked like he barely touched it. So yeah, no, I really like the Tempest. It's really fun. I like sound design, so for me this works. I don't like managing sample libraries. I hate sample libraries. It's like I don't want to spend my time managing or navigating samples. So I like when there's just a limited number of samples. Next question. What brand model opto compressor are you using? The opto compressor that I have is from the Rupert Neve Designs Master Bus Transformer, and it sounds fire. Listen to this thing. So that's without. Let me turn the gain down a little. And then I like doing, like, just slamming it. And then just blending that in. So here's the dry signal. Here's the wet signal. And oh, I think yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, it's nice. It's like a little, you can really hear it on the kick drum, listen. So nothing. Kick just slaps now. It's like so good. Yeah, opto compressors are great. They're so vibey. And I love stuff that's vibey. No, I'm just using these are actually the analog quantum filters that I'm using for this. Set up with like some reverb and stuff. Now we're getting somewhere. Will something be replacing the Quantum Mk2? I don't know. This feels like the perfect synthesizer in so many ways. There's like a few things I would change. The main thing that I would change is just more analog filters. I like that you can do digital filters, but and stereo filters. That's what everyone wants. But I get it would have made it even more expensive. But like I would have paid it. I would have bit the bullet and thrown down another $1,200 for stereo analog filters or whatever. But I'm sure that would have like I can't imagine how many they're selling of these. Like maybe 1,000 or something like that. I have no idea actually. But maybe the Quantum 3. Anyway, let's do a bass line for this cool little groove we got going on. So layer 2. So let me go to so voices, split, single, split. Okay, I gotta map this out. So we just need, what is this, G3, G2, max key, G2. And then layer 2, basically everywhere above that. That's what's going on. The splits are MIDI, but they were smart enough to apply split to the inputs. See, that's smart. Well done, Waldorf. Again, not saying goodbye to mine. They just aren't making any more of the Mark IIs. They sold out and we don't know what's next, but they're definitely working on something. So baseline. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to record and how do I want to do this? I don't want to just record. Yeah, I don't want to record a MIDI envelope. So I'm gonna just go to the sequencer in here and let's turn this off right now. So it's, oh, actually I'm gonna need that on. mean, that sounds cool, but that's not what I wanted. They need to be eighth notes. Yeah, they need to be eighth notes. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm just gonna have to use a MIDI clip because I want those to be 16th notes. And they can't. This can stay on channel 5. Port 2, channel 2? 2, channel 1. Quantum layer 2. I think this is gonna work. Okay. Nice. Yes, it's applying the splits. That's good. Oh, whoops. Alright, we're back. Oh no, why is it doing that? Right, layer 2 off, layer 1 on. And I lost my timing. To do it again. Helps that I was a DJ. Forgot I can cue it up like that. There we go. And actually, we'll put this on channel 4, because it's going to be the bass. Routing. So, like, the one downside of having stuff, like, super flexible is it can be just, like, incredibly confusing sometimes. Everything's being routed right. But this is not sending for some reason. This is off. Should be probably something to do with MIDI. Channel 1, channel 2. It's not working. That's working. Guys, I'm so sad right now. I'm stuck. I am stuck in MIDI land. The worst place to be. And it's so interesting that like the local keys aren't working, which makes me think it's like a voicing issue. Very, very weird. Yeah, I'm not getting any signal. I'll turn this off for a second. There we go. Sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes stuff is just weird. What you gonna do? You know? So. Why does it sound so funny though? Apply splits to inputs. I had local keys on. Am I working on a release? Have you heard Spotify? Yeah, I guess I am working on a release. I have so many like really good songs that I've written, and I'll just be completely honest with you. I get I just am the worst. I'm the worst about releasing music because like I think it's actually good, and when I share it with people, it's good. And I've been doing this stuff for so long that it sounds good. Like the mix is very professional sounding. Everything sounds really good. And I just like, I'm forever just like, I don't want to, even though I have like full songs structured out with vocals, you know, like good lyrics, like solid lyrics and stuff like that. And I just like, just get in my head about this stuff. And it's frustrating. But yeah, I'm you I will do it. I will do it. Yeah, I will do it. Yeah, it's gonna happen. And now this isn't working. Oh right, because you have to push past that times. Time is finite. Oh man, you're stressing me out. Yeah, I do need to push past it. Let me get this groove going again real quick. Okay. Then we'll have to redo the drums again, so. Alright, we got that going again. Let's get our drums back. the same problem again. So interesting. It's like, this is like a bug or something, which is disappointing. It turns off both layers. It's annoying. But I'm sure if I go into here and I turn this on, yeah, so that's a bug. There you go. I'll report it. Maybe it'll do. But yeah, so if you want to run if you want to have an ARP going on one layer, but you don't want it going on the other layer, you just have to make sure that you do it through the touchscreen and not through using the button. Back to this world of beat matching. I'm just gonna go in and I don't have a patch bay. I use Total Mix as my patch bay. This thing right here, so I can route everything. Oh, it's not alive. Let me fix that. Window capture Total Mix. I use Total Mix, so I can capture, it's the most flexible thing, and I don't really care that much about the multiple conversions, if there are any. It's like, whatever. But back to Ableton, I'm going to just program, why don't we do this view while I'm doing this? I'm just going to program a quick Quantum. So There we go. Oh, fuck. I triggered the, I went down and it triggered the, arpeggiator. Okay, I'm just gonna do this real quick. That's why sometimes the DAW is just easier and why hybrid environments are so hard. We need 10, 2, 3, 4. So we need 8 bars. And what is this? G minor, probably. Sounds like it. G minor. So F, and then down to E flat, or D, yeah, E flat, D sharp, and then I believe this is D. Is there a reason we're not getting more note names? That would be helpful. Oh, yeah, see, that was right. This would be. That's all we wanted. We are clipping, bring everything back. Make sure total mix isn't clipping. That's the only place I really care about it. The nice thing about being in the analog domain is like, so what if it clips? Sounds good. I want like a... I want like a gated reverb on that snare, you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. How small can you write notes piano without having the minute? Super small. Yeah, like super duper small. I'm not using Dante, I'm using Maddie. I want on my snare a gated reverb. So why don't we do that with what would be a good way to do that easily? Pro R2. Huge sounding. Massive auto gate. You know what? I like it better when it's, well, actually, let's see what their presets are. I don't want to fuss around with a reverb right now. Gated. Very 80s sounding. Alright, let's bring in the house. Bring in the bass. Compressor on this so that it's a little less. we can jam. All that. And now we can do a jam. Yeah, I use the yes, you heard correctly. I use the master bus, Rupert Neve Designs master bus processor. So yeah, let's just do like a little jam. Oh, you know what? Let's get the full mix going first. And then just do some quick master bus processing because sound that. Okay. So I feel like if I were gonna jam, I would start out with something like... Interesting. Why is that? Oh. We want that post fade. We do. Okay. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I think that's it for tonight. That was fun though. I think that was a pretty fun little jam. I don't still have the Digitac 2. I sold it. I love the Electron sequencers and workflows and stuff like that, but I hate managing samples. I would probably be better off with a Syntact. And yeah, I just don't like managing samples. And to be honest, I probably would have kept it if you could chop. Yeah, I would have kept it if you could chop, because I love making drum and bass, and I I would love to chop up drum and bass samples all day, like breaks on that all day, and yeah, that would be so much fun if it just sat like right here and I could chop up drum and bass breaks. And that would be fire. But it's so stupid that you can't. I have no idea why you can't, but you can't, and it's so dumb. And the only way to do it, and I like see people doing these workarounds where like, oh, it's real easy. Just drag your breaks into like Ableton, and then you warp them, and then you know, put them right on the grid, and you pull them back into. It's like I don't want to do all that. Like I like tedium, but not that kind of tedium. Like I would much rather dink around with like designing sounds and stuff. And like I don't want to be doing I don't want to be like pre-warping samples to drag into my Digitact. That's annoying. So yeah, that's kind of why I sold it, because I probably was gonna use it more for and an Octatrack, which you can do that with, is like too big. So until if they come out with something, no, it's not easy actually. You can't chop on the Digitact. Like if you have like a drum and bass breaks and you want to like warp it and then chop that, it's like you can't get it on the it's like if it's not on the grid, it's not gonna work, and it's super frustrating. Yeah, no, the grid mode, exactly. So it's like that's fine for something that's on the grid, but like if you have a break, right? How many old breaks are like perfectly on the grid? Like the start point's not necessarily where you like right where it's gonna be. So it's like if you're chopping on the grid, then you're gonna end up with like weird. So yeah, it's yeah, exactly. You get it. So yeah, the that's the downside of the Digitact and the sampling. So maybe they'll add that at some point, and like maybe then I'll be like, oh, and then I'll grab one, so that I can have it just right here, and I can like chop up drum and bass breaks and stuff. But until then, I'm just using my push, which you can't really see. It's right there. But way better at chopping breaks. And yeah, so that's why. But anyway, this was fun. I think this was a pretty cool. I thought this was a pretty cool arpeggio. I was really feeling this arpeggio when I wrote it. Yeah, solid. Cool. Yeah, that's the stream for tonight. So thank you for joining. And what are we gonna do? I'm gonna be out of town for a little bit, doing some stuff on the West Coast, which will be fun. So I will not be streaming for a little while. Oh man, thank you. You know, I just thank you. I really appreciate all of the kind words. Yeah, okay. I gotta get better at this, you know, interacting with the chat thing. I don't have my glasses on, so it's kind of hard to, it's like hard to read. Do these more, the people appreciate it. Best Waldorf demo I've ever heard or seen. Thank you. That means a lot. I really love this synthesizer, and I really love sound design. I've been doing this stuff for a long time, so it's nice to hear that. Tempest hits hard. Yes, it does. I'm planning to do a longer form video on the Tempest. I just get so intimidated by it because it is very complex, and my bed's over. Someone said that they love the kitchen studio all in one shop. Yes, I have, and the only thing that's missing is a bed. And yes, it's a studio apartment, so bed is right over there, couch is right over there, stereo's right over there. I got a keyboard over in the corner. I think I'm not going to show you the rest of my apartment. That's not happening right now. Yeah, so I'll do a video on the Tempest, and then drum and bass tune next. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds great. I would love to do that. I love making really vibey drum and bass. And things that are coming, I got a second capture card, so I have another camera, which is my like street camera that I use for taking photographs and stuff, and I'll get that set up so that we can do an alternate angle, something like that or whatever, or maybe I'll switch these out and this will be like the hero shot. But yeah, that way the stream will be a little bit more interesting, and probably need to get like something to switch between scenes a little bit easier. But yeah, I've been enjoying this streaming. I've been enjoying this streaming thing, so we'll just keep doing it. It's easier for me than trying to make some like long form content every month. I still am going to try to do that, but yeah, I only have so much time in the day. And so this is nice, this works. And also it's like I get to jam instead of like stressing about a video and then spending a bunch of time editing. So yeah, if you're down with this format, I'm down with this format. So thank you so much for joining. I'll see you guys later.